The whole Insomniac face change thing has been really divisive. Some people think it's good, some people think it's bad. I'm one of the people who think Peter's initial face change was not good. His original face was maybe the best Peter Parker face ever. It was perfect. The new face is alright too, but it's just not as good. They really reduced a 10 out of 10 face to a 7 out of 10 face for no reason. And I don't think anyone's buying the excuse that it's to better capture Yuri Lowenthal's face. That's not a big enough reason to completely overhaul the face of your main character. Regardless, I think most have gotten used to the changes since it was forced upon the players in a very unorthodox fashion. It was just like, here's the change, if you don't like it, tough, cause it ain't going anywhere. And that brings us to Mary Jane's new face. I just don't get it. While I don't think it's as aggressively different to her original design as Peter's, it's still quite different. A lot of people are saying she looks ugly, and I wouldn't go that far, but she definitely looks worse.
They gave her a man's face. Why the fuck did they do that? Did she turn trans?
Now, I'm not the biggest fan of her design in the first game either, to be honest. I felt it lacked detail when compared to most other characters, and it left her feeling oddly out of place in most scenes, at least to me. So I wouldn't have been opposed to any small changes we received. And well, I guess we did technically get that. She fits into every scene her model is in now, but perhaps they may have overcompensated, slightly. She looks like a different person, or at least 10 to 15 years older. At least I get with Peter's redesign that they wanted to make him look more like Tom Holland, let's be honest. But with MJ, all they had to do were a few minor adjustments like they did with Miles, and they were done. My guess is potentially they nerfed her appearance to appeal to some Western demographics. It's this thing as of recent where game developers purposely nerf their female characters so people focus less on their looks and more on their character. And while the intention is good, you can still have great female characters without nerfing their appearance. There are plenty of examples in the past. What's most annoying to me is that they already kind of nailed this with their original MJ design. She looked good, but she wasn't a supermodel or anything, so it got the point across. People who discuss her character, with no reference to how she looks. And the truth is, when people watch a movie or play a video game, they want to look at good looking people. Take Spider-Man as a prime example, portrayed in the comics as an average looking nerd with glasses. And this is what we get in the movies. A far cry from the typical nerd stereotype, as you can see, and this applies to basically all superheroes and action heroes ever. They all look good. So I think it's a shame we're going down this direction with even Spider-Man. If that is the reason they're doing this, because why on God's earth else would you purposely make her look older and less pretty? It's funny just looking at this image right here, back in the good old days when they had their original faces. So to start off, Peter must have gotten the most extreme plastic surgery ever. I swear Harry must have had to fund it or something, because that is a complete transformation. MJ must have aged so unbelievably poorly to the point where she almost looks like a completely different person only a few years later. And well, Harry, I'm not going to criticize how he looks completely different here, because he wasn't actually a character in the first game. But when you look back on this image now in 2023, it's funny, every character looks completely different now. But ultimately it doesn't matter, as long as our characters are intact, it'll be okay. And so while the MJ and Peter changes are weird, it doesn't really matter because they won't have any effect on the story. And it really has little effect on my excitement for this game. I'm honestly expecting they're actually gonna improve MJ's character. At least I hope so. But that's all for this video, thanks for watching.